Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'm reading Isaiah 28 of the King James Version Bible, and it reads, "Woe to the crown of pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are on the head of the fat valleys of them that are overcome with wine. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. The crown of pride, the drunkards of Ephraim, shall be trodden under feet, and the glorious beauty which is on the head of the fat valley shall be a fading flower, and as the hasty fruit before the summer, which when he that looketh upon it seeth, while it is yet in his hand, he eateth it up. In that day shall the Lord of hosts be for a crown of glory, and for a diadem of beauty unto the residue of his people, and for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in judgment, and for strength to them that turn the battle to the gate. But they also have heard through wine, and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink, and they are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision, they stumble in judgment. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precepts must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people, to whom he said, This is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. But the word of the Lord was upon them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. Because ye have said, We have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. From the time that it goeth forth, it shall take you. For morning by morning shall it pass over. By day and by night it shall be a vexation, only to understand the report. For the bed is shorter than that a man can stretch himself on it, and the covering narrower than that he can wrap himself in it. For the Lord shall rise up as in Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. Now therefore, be ye not mockers, lest your bands be made strong. For I have heard from the Lord God of hosts a consumption even determined upon the whole earth. Give ye ear, and hear my voice. hearken and hear my speech. Doth the plowman plow all day to sow? Doth he open and break the clods of his ground? When he hath made plain the face thereof, doth he not cast abroad the fitches, and scatter the cummin, and cast in the principal wheat, and the appointed barley and rye in their place? For as God doth instruct him to discretion, and doth teach him. For the fitches are not threshed with the threshing instrument, neither is the cart wheel turned about upon the cummin, but the fitches are beaten out with a staff, and the cummin with a rod. Bread corn is bruised, because he will not ever be threshing it, nor break it with the wheel of his cart, nor bruise it with his horsemen. This also cometh forth from the Lord of hosts, which is wonderful in counsel and excellent in working. Okay, guys, so in this chapter we see where it is still being spoken of the desolation of the earth, right? And not only that, we see where the Lord speaks of the fact that the earth has been contaminated, and even the priests have been marred, and they're marred because of drink, of strong drink, because they've become drunkards. And so the Lord needs to punish for this also. So this is another reason why the Lord needs to punish. And he makes the comparison between threshing the cartwheel. He makes an allusion to farming here, where he speaks of basically the fitches and the cummin. And I'm not very familiar with these instruments, with these farming instruments, and I'm not sure even some of the farmers are very familiar with it, because they seem as if it's some items that have been used in the past and not being used now. But I should think there are similar items being used, maybe not called fitches and cummin, but something else. So they may be able to relate better. And they do these things because of the knowledge of God. They're given the knowledge of God, and that is how they work. And earlier in this chapter, we see where the Lord was asking, who shall he pass on the knowledge to? Who shall he teach? Who shall he teach the precepts? Okay? And he's saying to himself, it seems as if I have to teach these precepts and my laws and my governance to the young, to the suckling, yet weaned off the breast, to those that have just weaned off the breast. It seems as if that's what I'm going to have to do it to. And this brings me in a place where I'm thinking of believers. And I'm thinking of believers in the way that, okay, you have new believers, right? People who are new in the faith. And you have those that have been in the faith for years and years, decades, maybe even, right? And they have not actually bear fruit, and they've actually not actually followed the laws of God and the governance of God. And when I saw that verse, it spoke to me that the Lord would seek that he would have to choose those that are new in the faith to actually carry out his work, because those that were there before, they have become drunk. And I'm not speaking of physical drunkenness now, I'm speaking of drunk in the world, right? Meaning that they have become so complacent in their belief that they have not risen up a standard. They have not actually gained any additional giftings, any additional ministries, because they're drunk in the world and they're drunk in the word. So they're not enlightened anymore. And so the Lord will take these new believers to actually pave a way forward. And this brings to mind also something that has been taught in our Bible study group, where we were taught that the church is built upon through spiritual gifts. The church is built upon through the addition of new materials to the church, which is new believers to the church, and also the empowering of those that are actually within the church, right? So the addition of new material and also building on the foundation that is already there. So the empowering of the believers that were already there. And I believe that this can be done, the empowering of the believers that are already there. But here it is that it is said the Lord is in a place where He's saying, look, the drunkards, they're going to be cast off because they're not doing my work, right? The priests are supposed to be doing my work and they're not doing my work. They're not carrying out my work. So who should I turn to? Should I turn to those, the weaning babes off the breast that have just weaned off the milk? Should I turn to them? Should I then teach them? Should I then give them my understanding? Right? And so, sorry guys, I kind of strayed again, didn't I? But I hope that you will actually get where I'm heading to, right? And you will not cause yourself to suffer desolation and to suffer judgment because you have not followed the way of God, right? So guys, I'm gonna leave you right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation, and if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.